Awesome. Okay, you guys, we're going to get started. So many of you have been in a class with me before, which is very helpful. Just so you know, in the virtual world, make sure that you have your little space staked out. Just common sense stuff. Make sure you can move your arms around. If you need a yoga mat, grab a yoga mat. If you would like a blanket for the end of the class, now's a good time just to make sure you have sort of everything that you're going to need for your practice. So we're going to start today on our backs. So whenever you're ready, you can come and just lay down on your back. And take a moment, you can extend your legs out nice and long, reach your arms above your head, and do great big stretching up above your head and point your toes, flex your toes. So just take a few moments here just to kind of squirm around on the ground. So reaching side to side. You could take arms nice and wide too, and sort of like you see Shannon, you can bend your knees and roll your knees side to side. Try to move every part of your body, so especially muscles of the face. Scrunch your nose, wrinkle your forehead, open your mouth, and stick out your tongue if you like. And get into the hands, rotating wrists, articulating fingers. Everything nice and loose. And when it's natural, you can take knees up in towards the chest, a little rocking on your back. So just pretend like you're a little ball and you're rolling side to side. Taking nice deep breath. Good. And in this moment, see if you could just free your feet. So circle your feet and your ankles and just kind of get them all smooth and happy. Curl toes underneath. Maybe wiggle different toes as you're moving through this opening. And let's send our right leg all the way out nice and long on the mat, and the left knee is going to stay in towards the chest. Just a little rocking side to side, a little baby rocking. Breathing. Starting to feel the weight of your body on the ground, all the little parts of the spine, shoulders and legs on the earth. And then centering your back on the ground, take a nice deep breath and draw your forehead up towards your knee, like you're squishing your body into a little ball. And then you can exhale and release out of the pose. Take another round, inhaling, drawing the knee and forehead together. And then exhaling, melting back. One more time, inhale, lift, 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 and squeeze the belly. And then we'll switch sides. So sending left leg out, right knee in, just a little rocking side to side on your back. If there's any sort of energy in the body that resembles expectation, excitement, now's a good time to let everything come back to neutral. As we know, if we swing the pendulum in one way towards excitement, then on the other side will be some sort of disappointment. So we want to keep our practice neutral, balanced, still joyful, expansive. When you're ready, you can start to draw forehead up towards that knee. Nice deep breath carries you, squeezing the body into a little ball, and then exhale and roll yourself like you're printing your back onto the ground. And then another round as you're ready. And exhaling, coming back and down. One more, inhaling, lifting up with lots of energy, rising to the spine. And then exhale, we're going to take both knees in towards the chest. And let's come right into happy baby. So you can spread knees wide, feet halfway to the sky. And holding on,
you got this.
holding onto your thighs, holding onto calves, or even sides of the feet if you can reach there. Good. Taking nice deep breath here, softening in the body, Try to become aware of the expression on your face, and if you can shift that expression from seriousness to a sense of joy, enjoyment, think of that word. You are in joy, enjoying the practice. Now, as you're ready, you can free the hands and we're going to slide them underneath the glutes a little bit so that you can send your feet up towards the sky. So you're on your back. Just leave hips on the ground for a few moments here. Feet are going to join together and start to circle the feet. And breathe, breathe, breathe here, especially your just little tiny circles, and then start to spiral your way nice and wide. If your toes or your feet or ankles want a little stretching, just kind of roll and smooth them out in any way that you need. And we're getting right into the belly muscles, the belly wall. Breathing and smoothing. You might get a little braver and start really lowering feet out. If you do, make sure you press your low back into the ground. So sort of round your back into the ground, and that will activate your belly. And we'll take a nice deep exhalation, knees coming down when you're ready. Feel free to stay in any of these poses for longer than I'm cueing you to. And let's set arms out as wide as they can go. If you can, keep your knees bent, feet hovering off the ground. If you need extra stability, feet to the ground. But we're going to start stirring our knees in a little circle here. And in this shape, you can be quite a bit more dramatic. And you could start to even lower knees off to one side or the other. Just be mindful of the condition of your spine, the way that it feels. Especially in the low spine. Use the arms for stability. And most important is make sure you smile while you practice. No need to be so serious as we release tension from the body. So just taking a few more moments here to sort of settle into the body. Sometimes when we are stuck in the mind becomes like a tight fist holding on. I love your rainbow slinky, oh so beautiful. Oh, nice deep breathing.
The guy on the TV's talking to me.
And we'll transition into one hand on each of the knees and open the knees wide here so that you can stir the legs, opening into the hips and really liberating any tension that might be held there. Soften space between the eyebrows. Feel great relief, even joy or bliss entering into your body. And reverse the direction just to even all the movements out. So you might start with a little bit of a quick exploration, but then see if you can find something a little slower, or maybe you're going slower and you want something a little quicker. Let's settle feet down onto the ground, nice and firm, toes knitting into the ground like you're turning them down into the mud. We're going to inhale and lift our hips for our first bridge pose. One of my favorite things to do here is send your arms up like Frankenstein arms, all the way up past the heart, over the head, along the earth. And breathe and squeeze the belly, squeeze the thighs. Feel the great rush of energy up the spine. When you're ready to come down, you just exhale, lower hips, lower arms, all the way down, back to the ground. And then inhale, lift back up. Reaching through tips of the fingers, get as long as you can, and your spine weight is on the upper back. And then exhale, you can slowly come down. One more time here. Remember, you can lower hips in between if needed, and inhaling to rise up. Reach, reach, reach. And then exhale, we'll come all the way down. So just take a moment here to lower the hips and wave the knees side to side. Just one more opportunity to kind of rock side to side. Good, big, expansive breath through the belly. All right, this is a fun way to get up. It's not available for everyone's body, so be mindful as you attempt to not hurt yourself. But we're gonna roll ourselves up in a little ball. And if you've been to my class, we like to say, wee,
Whee!
wee.
Whee!
Get childlike, roll your way up. And then we come up into our seat as you're ready. Good, let's take legs nice and long for a moment here. You might sit on the edge of a blanket if you'd like, folded. And we'll take our toes and just wave the toes, wave the feet side to side. And just take a little drumming of the legs, soft drumming with the hands. And you're telling all the cells of your body, wake up, my beautiful body, wake up. Wake up, little cells. All right, let's take a deep breath. We'll reach arms all the way up into the sky. And exhale, hands down into the heart. So bend the knees if needed. Inhale, arms all the way up. And exhale, hands coming down. One more time, inhaling to rise. Lots of spring energy, fire quality of energy building in the belly and the heart. We'll send hands behind us and we'll lift in a reverse tabletop pose, hips to the sky. And then you can exhale and lower down. So you sort of need to adapt the practice to what your body is desiring this morning. Some of us can lower down and straighten our legs and hover our hips, and then we come back up. So be mindful of the wrists. Hi. Be mindful of your joy meter. How easy is it to smile in the pose? A good indication of the necessary amount of effort in the pose. And hips come to the ground. We'll turn our fingers to point out to the sides and just wave the knees side to side. You're not rolling on back side of the hips. Rolling, rolling. Nice deep breathing. Good. And we'll slowly come and we'll join into our butterfly pose. So joining the feet nice and close together. You can wave your knees and flap like a butterfly here if you'd like to. You can massage your feet a little as another nice opportunity, little squeezing of the toes. Does Oso know the This Little Piggy Went to Market song? Adults in the room, you can also squeeze your toes and sing the This Little Piggy song. All right, when you're ready, take a deep breath and see if you can open your arms nice and wide. You're floating your wings up to the sky, and then exhale and settle down. Take a break if you need to. And then we'll inhale, we'll open our wings, big, big wingspan, reach. And exhale, we're gonna fold our knees together. We'll join into our boat pose. So go ahead and hold the backside of the thighs, lift your chest, and roll onto your heels, lifting your feet. If you cannot lift your feet, just leave the heels on the ground and sit nice and tall. Some of us may have feet up and release the hands, or maybe hold feet down and release the hands. Nice and steady in your body. Notice where your gaze is looking and look outward, optimistic view. Maybe out to a beautiful image, to the sun. When you're ready, slowly you can come down, and we'll just take a moment here to step feet a little bit wider, and we'll fold our body forwards here. So whatever way is available, make sure you can drop your head down towards the ground. Nice deep breathing. Some of us can take arms underneath the legs and around the outside of the feet. This is another nice way to experience this pose. And then very gently, we'll come back up. So we're going to step feet together rather far outside of the body, and we're going to come into a bat pose. You can either just lower your hands down on the outside of your legs and bow your chest forwards. Some of us can come to the inside and slide our hands underneath our knees, and we just rest down. This is a bat pose. So making your body like a little bat. If you can fold your body like a pancake down to the ground, feel free to indulge, to breathe. Think of the bat's energy, although it cannot see through its eyes very well, it is most aware of even the smallest movements in its environment. So too, your intuition functions like the sonar of the bat. When you're ready to come out of the pose, just gently begin to walk your way out. We're going to slide our feet out of the way and come onto hands and knees. Take a few rounds of cat-cow, fingers nice and broad onto the earth, and inhale, lift the chin and let the belly hang low. Think big cow belly filled with grass. Inhaling, although in this town it's mostly corn. Those poor cows, give them grass. Breathing.
Use that every week.
Good. And you're flexing the spine. Really exaggerating the pose. So when you're in your cat pose, think you're a scared or angry cat. And when you're in your cow pose, you're sort of lazily chewing, belly hanging low. And we'll very gently begin to slide back and up onto our knees. You can lift yourself up onto your knees. We'll join hands in front of the body and we're going to take big breaths together. So double inhalation through the nose. We'll open and tighten our arms, sounding like this. Squeeze your arms and release. Again. And release. Again. One more. All right. Sweep the arms down and around. And down. Again. One more. Good. Let's open our arms, big, broad wingspan, and flip your fingers behind, stretching your wrists and your forearms. Reach, reach, reach. Press your heart out. You can see press, press, press the heart as far as it'll go forward. Nice deep breath. Good, let's inhale and join hands. Exhale just halfway. And then inhale. And then exhale. One more. And then turn the palms out and just bathe the space around you. Open the aura. Open the aura. And we'll come off of the knees here. And any which way you'd like to rise to standing. I like to go ahead and push up to a downward facing dog. And then just walk your feet up towards your hands. Bend your knees and slowly roll, roll, roll your way all the way up until you're standing. We'll do some fun poses while we're standing this morning. Let's start with a balance pose. Feet coming nice and close together. It should be interesting. Find a chair close by if you need to. If you don't have a chair, a wall will suffice. And so I'll turn to the side. We're going to do a dancer's pose. You're going to catch your right ankle into your hand and balance on one of your legs. So nice steady balance here. And then lift the opposite arm up to the sky. So from the side, we're balancing. Then you can start to lean forwards.
That leg. I want to try the other leg.
Nice and steady. Kicking into the back ankle. So remember, we have many different body types in class today. You can stay right here if you'd like. Some of us may even hold the heart, but others of us want to venture to see how far we can reach into our Natarajasana pose, dancer's pose. The affirmation for this pose: as I move through life, I am anchored in myself. You can release on this side. When you do release down, let it be slow and gradual. And we'll just take that foot and sort of swing it around out in the open space. You can hold onto your hips if you need to, and then reverse. Keep the foot rather low and just circle out that hip so it's happy. We'll go to the other side. So again, coming up, the first stage in this pose is to draw the knees next to each other, and you'll feel in the thigh an opening. The next stage is to start lowering yourself forwards, kicking into the hand and reaching your opposite arm forward. As I move through life, I am anchored in myself. If your gaze is down towards the ground, look at least to the horizon, maybe a little bit higher. Thumb of the extended hand is pointed up towards the sky, fingers extended. Dancing through life, anchored in yourself. That is a capital S self, greater than the personality, the awareness that flows through your eyes. As I move through life, I am anchored in myself. You could slowly lower down as you're ready, and then just free the left leg out and around. So you can hold onto the hips here. It's good if it challenges your balance, right? The only way to know that you have good balance is to wobble side to side and come back to your center. All right, we're going to come into a fun pose. Careful on your knees in this class. We're going to come down into a chair pose, but I'm going to offer a couple different options. First one is push your hips back, especially if your knees get sore. But remember, those of us in this class that have challenges with our knees, you have to bend your knees to get life back into them. So it doesn't help just to stay standing. So first stage is to come down here. Next stage, careful on the knees, is to roll onto the ball of the foot. Keep hips under your shoulders. Next stage is to lift your heels. And last stage is to free the hands out nice and long. So squeeze the belly muscles in whatever version of Utkatasana you're choosing. The affirmation, my body is no burden. I am light as air. Live in that reality. My body is no burden. I am light as air. There's a certain degree of relaxation and feeling that draws that lightness into your being. When you're ready, settle heels down and reach arms up into the sky, and then exhale and send palms reaching down. Let's do our palm tree pose. Arms all the way up, come right on the tips of the toes. Get your body as tall as you can. You can do a little prancing side to side if you'd like to get a little taller, taller. Keep reaching, like you're holding onto a kite and it was going to pull you right off the ground, take you away. And exhale, turn the palms down and slowly lower down, heels coming down to the earth. Arms right up to the center of the body, deep breath in. Exhale, arms wide, stop halfway, and we'll bend elbows, coming into eagle pose, Garudasana. Send right arm on top of left, and you can hold your shoulders. You can match the back sides of your palms together, or even wrap your hands around. And we'll start to take a bend in the knees, and then you step over with your right foot. So breathe here, send vitality and life into any part of the body challenged. Some of us don't need our foot as a kickstand, and we can go into an eagle pose, wrapping in the body. Through life's storms, I stand serene. Through life's storms, I stand serene. Your arms and your legs symbolizing the great drama of this world, and your spine symbolizing yourself, the essence within you, strong, stable, unaffected by life's twists and turns. When you're ready to unfurl, unstep the bottom leg, drop arms out of the way and bend down, and then reach with great big spring-like wingspan up to the sky, and exhale, hands into the heart. Good, let's take an in-between pose, fingers interlacing behind the body, push them to the ground, and lift your chest. If you'd like to take it a step further, slight bend in your knees, step your right foot back just about a foot. Slight bend in the front knee and lift your chest. This is Muktasana or freedom pose. The affirmation, I am free. I am free. Claim your freedom. Don't wait for someone to give it to you or to receive permission. I am free. I am free. If the inner gaze is looking down towards the ground, your freedom cannot be found there. Look up higher. And very gently, we're going to shift out of the pose into pyramids pose. So leave your back foot where it is and just straighten your front leg and start to lean forwards. So from the side, you're leaning forward. If you want to step back a little further, you're welcome. And then you just lean your way all the way. You can rest forearms. You can lower the entire body down. Just breathe in whatever version is available for you. Most important here is to release the back of the neck and the head. Relaxing, relaxing. Try to sit back into your hips like there was a seat right behind you and you're sitting back further. Now to come out of the pose, it's slow, it's gradual. You just walk your way up this front leg, start to bend in the knee. Let's come into the full Muktasan. Free the arms up into the sky, reaching nice and tall. Arms wide in a V shape here, really affirming that victory in the body. I am free, I am free. All that energy rushing up the spine, supporting your new reality. Hands slowly coming down into the heart, anchoring that freedom. Let's take our step forward and we'll roll right up, drawing right knee up towards the chest. If you can, hold on to the knee, come a little bit higher if needed. Big expansive chest. If you can kick and point the toes out, feel free. Point the toes, point, and then lower down. Good. Awesome job, everyone. Let's take a deep breath, arms up, and then come back down halfway. We'll bend elbows for eagle pose on the opposite side. Left elbow on top this time. And remember, you can hold your shoulders or you can wrap your arms around. We're going to take a little bend of the knees, and then this time left foot goes over. So you're crossed over, bending the knees. You don't have to keep that kickstand if you want to explore deeper in your eagle pose. Through life's storms, I stand serene. Through life's storms, I stand serene. Relax the backside of the heart here. Those little muscles will not let go unless you command relaxation or invite relaxation. Nice deep breath, spine holding strong here. Find the breath and go along for the ride. Slowly, when you're ready, you can unfurl. Just take your time. There's no rush. Nobody's desperate. Free the arms, uncrossing down. Slide off the body and then inhale. Reach with arms to the sky. Great big wingspan. Exhale, hands down into the heart. Good. Let's take a moment to anchor the practice. Free the hands down by the hips and stand steady in your pose. Tadasana. Shifting the awareness and the energy up to the point between the two eyebrows. Feeling the body integrated. Look upward and outward. Beholding the vastness of your awareness and your being. The affirmation for Tadasana reflects this higher capacity for intuition, our higher self. I stand ready to obey thy least command. This obedience is to the higher self. I stand ready to obey thy least command, ready for anything in life, to act in a split second to the voice of intuition. When you're ready, slowly freeing eyes back open. We'll inhale and just take a circling. Exhale, hands into the heart. Let's take our Muktasan on the other side. So start with interlacing fingers. Left foot steps back just a hair. So right knee's bending now, and squeeze shoulders behind you. You're creating this expansive quality of energy through center of the heart. And you're sort of rinsing out any fears that might be held in the back of the heart. Nice deep breathing. Think length in the spine rather than folding backwards or any of those expressions. Keep the breath flowing, letting things naturally slow down. We're going to start straightening the front leg. Again, if you need to take a little bit of a step further back, you're welcome. And we'll slowly begin to lower ourselves down into pyramid pose. So coming down as far as you're ready to, lower your head. You might think of all the thoughts in your mind held in a cup of your head, and you're pouring out all of the thoughts. Sink your hips further back as is available in your body. Breathing. Breathing, breathing. When you're ready to rise, slowly bending front knee, walking your way up the body. We'll come into Muktasan for the full version, arms all the way into the sky. Turn your pinkies in like you're holding the globe in your hands and send that great liberating energy to our global family in this moment. Heart energy rising inward and upward. I am free. I am free. Affirming this inner reality of freedom, regardless of outer circumstance. We'll slowly draw hands into the heart center and just roll up onto the front foot and see if you can draw your knee up a little bit higher. If this isn't available, just stay in Tadasana. You can hold the knee if you'd like. And some of us feel the desire to kick the foot out nice and long and then very gently lower down. Good. All right, let's bend knees. Inhale and sweep up. And exhale, hands into the heart. One more time. Inhale all the way up. Good. And this one is for Maury May. Hands soft fists into the heart. We're going to say, I'm positive, energetic, enthusiastic. I'm positive, energetic, enthusiastic. I'm positive, energetic, enthusiastic. One more. I'm positive, energetic, enthusiastic.
I want to hear you, Maury.
And just take a moment.
Enthusiastic.
Just take a moment to feel any shift of energy in your body. Feeling that positive flow of life force through your body cells. All right, we'll use this opportunity for one more big strengthening pose of the knees and the legs. Step your feet nice and wide and go ahead and turn your feet outward here. Part the feet out, heels facing inward. You can be up here if you need to be, and then you slowly, slowly descend, 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 and find the point that you are, I wouldn't say comfortable to be in, but that you are ready to be in. We're going to take hands and rub them in front of the belly. And then rub palms up over the head. Nice deep breath back over the belly.
I love you, belly, and I love you, belly.
Arms over the head. All right, and then rub the belly. Rub the belly, hopefully with a little bit of warmth in the palms. Good, reverse.
Come on, Maury, Luco. I love my belly.
All right, rub your thighs.
Sorry.
I don't think Luco has his mic on, or we would hear how much he loves his belly, he loves his thighs. Good. All right, let's inhale, straighten the legs, relieve yourself, reach up to the sky. Exhale, turn the palms up and stay in your V shape here. This is your expansive pose here. Lower arms a little bit more. Challenge the shoulders. Reach, reach, reach. Palms facing up a little lower. Take a nice deep breath. We'll reach our arms up to relieve ourselves. Exhale, we're diving back down. Hands into the heart. Let's bend knees and slide down in for one more round here. Good. We're going to repeat a mantra with our hands clapping. It's Om Tat Sat. 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 Good job, everyone. Just take the hands into prayer for a moment. We're really strengthening the aura by clearing the space around our bodies, by strengthening energy in the lower foundations of the legs. Take a deep breath, lengthen through the legs, and send arms cutting up through the sky like a spear. Good. Exhale, drop the hands out nice and wide, and we're going to heel toe back into the center. So, creative practitioner's choice. We're coming all the way down. For some of us, this means that we're going to just sort of lower down onto hands and knees. But if you'd like to come with me, arms up into the sky. And then we'll exhale and take a big forward fold all the way down. Walk feet and hands away from each other so that you're in your downward facing dog pose. And let's stay here for a few moments. If you're down on the knees already, you can just rest in child's pose. But otherwise, stay in your downward dog. Look to your lap. Make sure you look to your lap. I actually had someone in class, I think it was last week or the week before, that was barking while they were in downward facing dog, and that was the first. It was rough. Yeah, someone's rough.
Was it Mike now?
I don't remember. No, it's on. Nice deep breath here. Feel free to bend one knee and then the other. All right, this next pose is not for everyone's body, but it's fun. And I'm thinking of you also. You have to join us for this one. This is called elephant pose. Take your feet nice and wide, arms wide, and you're just going to free one of your arms and make an elephant sound. Try the other side.
I don't know how to do that.
Yeah. Wave the trunk. Wave the trunk. Arm. And then when you're ready, you can come down onto your knees. At least you got to laugh at someone today. Hopefully. Oh. All right, we're going to slide our feet out of the way. Good. Let's just take a moment. We'll take feet nice and wide on our mats. So as you're ready to, just get into a big straddle extension of your legs, nice and long. Scoot them out of the way as much as you can. And we'll just sort of lean side to side a couple times here. If you feel that you're ready to use the arms, you can free the arm up into the sky and then wave that side down. Just imagine like you're a little piece of seaweed floating in the ocean. You're waving side to side. So opening up through inner thighs, opening up through side body. And if you're moving through water, what might that look like? Right? We all know what it looks like to sort of pass through air where we can cut very quickly and turn on a dime. But in the water, there's a sense of fluidity in our movement. And then let's just stir around through the center here. So you're leaning into that space. Be gentle here. Toes are pointing up towards the sky. How about head and neck? Can you free the head down and then draw it up and around so that you get a sense of opening there? And then reverse, it's a very soothing pose, liberating any tired energy from the low body. All right, and when you're ready, you can slowly lean back to draw the feet in. And take one more check into our butterfly pose, opening legs nice and wide. All right. So we have another opportunity here. Someone was mentioning this posture to me the other day, and I thought it would be fun to try today. So we're going to fold the knees up, and if you need to, you can swing them around the side, but we're going to end up on our toes. So not everyone can come into a full squat, and I totally understand that. Feel free to sit and watch and be entertained by our silly adventures this morning. We're going to try a crow pose. So you take your fingers down to the ground. Oh, so I bet you can do this one. Join with us if you can. And you take your knees up. Some of us, it gets up to the shoulders. Others of it, it's more on the outside of the elbows. And you just start to lift your hips a little, like a little frog, and you lean forward. You don't have to take your feet off the ground, but some of us want to balance, and we stay here, strengthening the arms. Feel free to be playful, like rock up into it, and then come back. Most important, do not face plant. Keep the feet on the ground if you feel like you're going to tip over forwards. There you go. We're assisting over here in our... Good. All right, awesome. I hope you guys had fun. We're going to go into a forward folding pose for a moment, just to sort of shake out the legs a little bit, shake out the arms, shake the head. So think just wiggle the whole body here. Let it all get nice and loose. All right, let's inhale and lift halfway like you're coming to the surface for fresh breath. And then exhale, we're going to descend down. Again, one last pose here that may not be accessible to everyone. We're going to come into a squat. Some of our squats look like this, where our heels are lifted off the ground. If you can keep your heels on the ground, all the better. If you're up here, hands into the heart or down on the ground for your support. So we're only here for a few moments. If your heels are down on the ground, push your elbows into the inner knee so that you can separate more. Awesome. All right, one last little exploration. See if we can drive here to send one arm reaching out, opposite arm away. And then exhale, come in, switch sides, inhaling, reaching out. Good.
I don't look like them.
And then exhaling, coming in, yeah. So a little different, kind of a challenging pose. To come out of the pose, just sort of step your knees back down onto the ground. And then we'll swing our feet out of the way. Good. Let's come down onto our backs, and we'll just do a little final exploration before we come into Shavasana. So go ahead and lower yourself down. Lowering down onto the ground. We're going to do a supported shoulder stand, so a fun little activity to get the feet up into the air. Now, to get into the pose, you want to send your elbows into the ground, and Shannon will demonstrate. You're going to rock yourself right up into your supported shoulder stand. And of course, if this pose is not available to your body, then you just send legs up the wall, and you can set your hands underneath your hips. Awesome, nice deep breathing here, everyone. If this pose doesn't work in your body, you simply find another exploration. Nice deep breathing. Long supportive breaths. This posture is like pressing the reset button on your body. Resetting. Nice deep breathing to support the journey of the pose. To lower down, we have a couple of different options. Some of us will just take knees bending back in towards the chest, and we'll slowly release hips out of the hands and roll down. Others of us will extend feet up over the head a little bit more. This is plow pose. Just careful if you have high blood pressure. Breathing, nice deep breath here. Breathing. Now, if you are in your plow pose and this is a pose that you really enjoy and you want to take it to another level, send your arms up above your head, reaching towards your feet. And this really opens this whole new space for you to walk your feet a little further backwards. It's a lot of pressure on the upper back, so just be mindful. Remember, if you can't smile, you've gone too far. Come back, smile, smile, even as it might get intense. Now to lower out of the pose, just very gentle, feet coming back to the ground. Let's come back into happy baby pose. Knees are gonna come wide.
Whoa.
Feet halfway to the sky. Good, take a little rocking side to side.
Oh,
Just flying also.
how beautiful. Those flowers opened overnight. Oh.
Nice deep breathing. So now is sort of our free time just to express any which way that our bodies are desiring. So if we are maybe desiring a little bit more twisting, then you may find a twisting pose in these moments. Let's be mindful in whatever exploration that we're choosing of the inner quality of energy that we're bringing to it, the attitude. And you ideally want to keep in that childlike, joyful nature. Even if it's muscle that you want to build or strength in the body, it doesn't have to be serious strength. It can be enjoyable. Anything that your body's desiring, only you know exactly what you need. So breathe and move in the way that your body is guiding you to. Intuition is described as calm feeling. It's a calm feeling that encourages us to move in a certain way. Intuition is also self-evident. So whatever it is that you need in your body this morning, no matter what pose you're choosing, repeating the inner affirmation, I am joyful, I am free. 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 Slowly coming down from any final explorations. Anything that you were desiring, if you were twisting on one side, just make sure to even out on the other, and we'll all gently find our way into Shavasana, our resting pose. Now, there is also the option to sit in a seated pose and meditate during this portion of the class, which anyone's welcome to do. I recommend a blanket here. Snuggle into a little cocoon of warmth.
Wow, thank
Taking the time to be calm and to be still.
Wow.
We'll have some soft music to accompany. And we'll gently begin to come back, taking your time to slowly arrive back in the body, centering all the awareness in the heart and feeling your blissful and joyful nature free to express and expand. Feeling gratitude, great thanks for the vitality in our bodies, for the joyful communities that we're part of, for the families that we have.
Consciousness flowing
For the consciousness flowing through our bodies. So as it's natural, you just let little awakening movements join into your practice, extending the arms. You can rock side to side with knees bent in towards the chest. Just little ways to gradually awaken to the body. Nice deep breathing carries you, and we'll all come back to a comfortable seat for the ending of our practice. Take your time, and this is really a sweet opportunity to send some good healing energy out into our world. So when you do arrive in your comfortable seat, just rock side to side. Make sure your sits bones are connected down to the ground. Think of them like the roots of your body. Find any little stretches that you might need to settle into your pose. We're going to join hands together in front of the heart. Gently close down the eyes for a moment. We'll bring all the awareness to the point at the very top of your spine, the back of your head, base of the skull. And feel this point like a great window opening with unceasing blessings of light pouring into the body. Open yourself as a channel for this light to flow through to all the world. We'll rub our palms together. And just extend the hands out in front of you and imagine the entirety of our globe, all the beautiful souls of this planet. All souls, whether we feel they're beautiful or not. And we'll send unceasing blessings through our palms out into the world through the sound of Om. Join when you're ready. We'll take a deep breath, waves of Om. Om. Joining hands back together in front of the heart center. Just release a heartfelt prayer from your heart into the world. Praying for all those who are in the closest contact right now, the front line, so to speak, of the challenges facing our world. Pray for them to have strength, to be safe and protected. Pray for our world leaders that they receive inspiration, anyone in the role of making decisions. Pray that they receive inspiration from their higher awareness. Acknowledging that the peace within us is the same peace within all souls, the consciousness within us is the same in all souls. We bow to that place in humility, saying namaste. Namaste, namaste to everyone. Thank you so much for joining this morning. I'm going to bring us into a view where we can see everyone's pictures. Just say hello this morning. Hi, Lillian.
Oh, Lillian.
Hi,
Hi,
Shoshana.
Lillian.
Thank you.
You're welcome,
Oh.
Oshi. So cute.
He skipped a lot of the poses, but he really liked the Om at the end.
Hi, Maureen, Sally.
Awesome.
Hey, everybody.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi,
Oh,
Divya.
Divya, hi.
Hi.
I just wanted to say one thing that I'm a holistic mental health counselor, and I'm in the process of restructuring how I'm working. And so I'm doing telehealth, and I'm going to be opening up more to receive the frontline people. So people working in hospitals, and I already have clients that are working in St. Luke's and different hospitals. So I feel called to work more with people that are really needing, because that's pretty heavy energy in the hospitals right now. So we're just putting that out there if anybody has friends or family.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, feel free to reach out through email or chat or any of the social media platforms, and we'll get you guys all linked up. Also, for anybody wondering how they can contribute or donate or anything in that world, there's a little link up here. I don't know if anyone uses Venmo, but I'll leave that in the chat. And that's all, you guys. Have a beautiful day. Enjoy the sunshine. And Divya, feel free to bring your little one next time. I had a request for yoga with kids yesterday from my friends Bill and Dee. So maybe we could get a little something going if you guys want.
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
Oh,
Bring your little one.
She's not going to let me do any. If she could let me, I would attend all classes. She's going to read along with me, and I mean, I'm happy to try, but
Yeah, it's a different kind of practice.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, all right. Well,
Bye, guys.
anything you guys need, reach out.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.